everyone, just wanted to show you a video on how I made a mini album using my Creative Time stitched Lollipop holder die. And this is what the die looks like, and it's intended for lollipops. This is what it looks like. And here's an example of what the lollipop die looks like assembled. Let's see if you could see that. Of course it's gonna glare. This is the side, and this is the lollipop, and it just sits like that. And this was part of the 12 days of Christmas with Emma. I think this was day 12 on her 12 days of Christmas on my blog. If you want to see instructions, step-by-step instructions on how I made the album and the photo of the album, you can go ahead and check out my blog at scrappingoutacontrol.blogspot.com. I don't have the actual album with me. I actually gave it away for Christmas to my mom. But let me quickly show you guys how I made this album. It was very, very simple. I'm using the flea market color box collection today. I'm gonna make an album for my husband for Valentine's Day, and I think I'm gonna use this for my cover. Now, when you make the album's gonna go this way. So make sure when you put it down on your pattern paper, you put it the way it's gonna go, facing that way. So make sure your design's not upside down. So I think I'm gonna go right here. And I'm not making any specific measurements or anything. I'm just gonna cut this out. And I'm going to use my Big Shot to cut this out. Because this is a larger die, you could use your long templates to cut it out. But I just put it to the side where it could fit. And then of course I screw that up. And awesome thing about these dies is that you can see it, there's little tiny dots inside the die. So if you gotta get the die out, you just pop it out with like a needle or something, and there you have it. Okay, so here's my cover. And I learned that you could actually cut really, really thin chipboard. I usually use like cereal chipboard. So if you wanted a little bit more sturdy mini album, you can definitely use that. I've done it and it's worked perfectly. Okay, so this is your cover, and this is going to be the back of it. So from each die that you cut, you're going to get 2 pages. So if you cut 4 of these out, obviously you're going to get 8. So just keep that in mind. You can score it. I just usually fold it, but this is what your album's going to look like, and your pages are going to sit inside like that. Okay, so let me go ahead and do that real quick and cut out the rest of my pages. These little tabs right here where you're folding, you're going to cut these. I usually cut where the stitch is at. It's an embossed stitch, and I just usually just cut that line like this. And these are your pages right here. And they're going to sit inside. We're going to punch holes in a little bit, but these are going to be pages. So just cut as many pages as you want. Obviously you don't have a whole lot of room for embellishments. This is how thick your mini album is going to be. I'm going to put the 4 because then I add these 2 as well. So those are your pages right there. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is just mark where we're going to put our ribbon. So I think I did like 1/2 inch last time. And I just punch a hole. Okay, and then you just kind of determine where your holes in your pages are going to be at. I go in usually about 1/2 inch, about a 1/2 inch. I usually use, for this one, I use the bigger hole. The, is it the 3/16? And then the 1/8 for the smaller holes inside. For the pages, I mean. So then you just determine which pages you want next. In your book, line them up, and then just punch them out. Obviously you could measure these, but this is the way I do it. I just use this, just it won't tear, but you don't have to. And it gives it a finished look as well, so. And obviously there's a ton of different ways to bind this little mini album. This is just the one I made up. I used ribbon for the last one. I'm going to use some of this stuff right here. I don't know what it's called. I'm tired. It's been a long day. So what you do right here is just thread this side, or come out this way through the binding, or in the back of the book. Like this. And then just add your pages one at a time. You're going to do this for the top and the bottom. Just keep adding them. And then when you get to the end of the last page, you go back and feed it back through the hole like this. If that makes sense. So what you're going to have is this. I don't know if I like working with this. It's a little bit harder than the ribbon. You can also use seam binding as well. And I make a loose bow for now until I get the other one done, and then I adjust it according to how So then I add another one to the bottom.